Alright guys, welcome back to Predominance Raids. It's Raiden here bringing you guys another war recap. And this one came from our latest war, pretty close one against the clan 6s and 7s, one of the more even matchups that we've had recently. But did get a win 99 to 94. They did require quite a bit of Town Hall 10 and 11 drops to clear our 9s, but let's take a look at the war map really quick. So on our side, they were able to 2-star all our Town Hall 11s, and actually with pretty good percent. So 50% on JK, but 82% on OSU Beast, 53%, and then 84% on our lowest Town Hall 11. They left a star on our top Town Hall 10, but then got the rest of the Town Hall 10s 2-starred, 3-starred RC, who's our 9.5, and then left number 14, which was a TH9. Yeah, and I think that was the only TH9. Nope, and then they left Peely as well, 29. So pretty good job on their part. Brought some, not great attacks that just kind of happened to work, and like I said, a lot of bully attacks. But on our side, we did an awesome job this war, so great job to everybody at Predom. But we got all their TH11s, so 1 through 3. We 2-starred their top 2 TH10s, 3-starred number 6, which was a Town Hall 11 on Town Hall 10, 3-starred number 8, Town Hall 11 versus Town Hall 10, 3-starred number 9. Yeah, so we had 3 Town Hall 10 3-stars, all by Town Hall 11s. So really good job to the TH11s. Unfortunately, I'm not going to show any of those bully attacks, but really good job, Randy, JK, OSU, and B-Nails this war. But we got all the remaining Town Hall 9s 3-starred. And like I said, pretty good job. So let's go ahead and get into the attacks. First one I want to look at was a Town Hall 10 versus Town Hall 10. That was very, very close to being a 3-star, and this was Icikals on number 7. Kind of a box base that you see, but, pretty high level TH10 here. So max lava walls almost, and then, 30 plus euros. But does a really good job kind of recognizing here the air defense placement. So basically you've got an exposed air defense here, and then an exposed air defense here, and then literally nothing in the middle of the base is protected by air defenses. So what Icikals opts to do is basically do an AQ walk down from about 12 o'clock to 3. Get quite a bit of percentage and also help funneling his main kill squad in. And he's going to push his main kill squad in at 3 o'clock. But does lure the clan castle, ends up being a hound and a loon, so we'll fast forward to get through that portion. But if you look, it's basically just a GoGIWiPe with some giants in the bag at the rest of the attack comp. But they're going to get so much benefit from the Archer Queen being alive and from the healers in the middle. So again, once this second AD goes down, yep, you'll see the 3 golems come down at 3 o'clock, some giants to tank with them. Barbarian King, some wizards, and then the P.E.K.K.A come in, and they are just going to absolutely tear through this core of the base. Has a nice jump spell to get them into the core. Has a nice freeze spell that he's going to use, I believe, on, that multi-target Inferno and those 2 Teslas. And then just, like I said, absolutely tearing through this base. Still has the benefit of the healers healing the AQ, and so his highest DPS unit is going to stay up the entire raid here. And unfortunately, the only problem here was basically nothing to get out of the core. So I'm not sure if maybe 2 jump spells may have actually been better. But both heroes still up, P.E.K.K.A still up, and again, has some tanking still with the golems in the core. Has some wizards kind of working the cleanup on the outside. Has a cleanup wizard still in the bag. And we are going to speed it up, but excellent attack here. I thought just a really good recognition of those last 2 ADs being really well on the outside. So the healers were going to stay nice and protected. Got quite a bit of a value from that. At this point, the healers switched on to the golem and the giant, which is nice. It just allows his tanks to stay up a little bit longer. And again, he's got 2 wizards left and is just going to run out of time here. Oh, so close. Just needed about 2 shots from that Archer Queen, but really, really nice attack by Icikals there, so well done. All right, we're going to take a look, jump right into Slabo's attack on number 12. I'm sorry, number 11. This was a base that Mike hit actually 99% 2-starred that Wes saw really worked well and then just made an adjustment on. Mike had a great war, by the way, had a 3-star that we'll watch in a little bit, and then the 99%. But so this was a cleanup. Realized there was a lava hound in the CC, and basically all the DPS in this base is in this top half. So all the wizard towers, basically all the archer towers, 2 of the expos, a Tesla farm in between there. So that's why he's so heavy here on his kill squad being 8 Valks, which is a huge number. But the archer queen here is just going to go ahead and work on this one side. I think originally he wanted to keep the AQ away from the clan castle. It just worked out that the archer queen, I think, just triggered it slightly before, so maybe needed to be a little bit sooner on his golem and Valks over at 3. But not a problem, so it has to pop the ability because the 2-point defense and the enemy archer queen were engaging. Drops a nice rage spell there to get through that hound. Drops a nice poison, which is going to give him 2 benefits on the pups, as well as slowing the speed and DPS of the enemy AC, or AQ, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what an AC is, AC/DC, I guess. And then a nice jump spell here over with his golem and 8 Valks. And again, you can see here just all the DPS there. Expo, 3 wizard towers, and a Tesla farm. But doesn't even need a heal for him. With 8 Valks and the Barbarian King, that's why he brought him, to absorb these DPS. And then just some nice kind of reinforcement hogs at the top. And again, I think most of his Valks are dead at this point, but really their goal was to just essentially clear out that first section of the base. Archer Queen kind of takes care of the one section over here at 9 o'clock, as well as the enemy AQ. And then he's got his remaining hogs that he pours in here at about 6:30. And the 1 heal for them just to clean up that last section. And just like that, that's how you wreck a base. So really good execution there, good understanding of where the DPS was on that base and the best way to tackle it, as well as kind of dealing with the enemy Archer Queen, which was very separated from that DPS. So awesome job, another great war by Slabo, so no surprise there. Okay, and we're all set with that one. We are going to take a look at Mike's attack on number 15. Not the best base, kind of a forum base, essentially an anti-2 that just has 2 double giant bomb sets, and they're not very well disguised. But still, on these bases, sometimes we struggle with some of these easier concept anti-3 or anti-2 with just 2 double giant bombs, but Mike just comes in and crushes it. Comes in with the shattered GoVaHo. So 2 golems down there at 9 o'clock, opens the entire base up with an EQ. Archer Queen behind. And then as soon as his funnel is nice and developed, he's got 7 Valks. Yep. If you see there, he just dropped kind of 1 or 2 to see where they were going to path, and as soon as he sees that they were heading right in there in the core, he dropped the rest. Always smart. And this was a fresh hit, so a Lava Hound does come out of the CC, which actually is good at this point. It's actually going to help. If it was a Dragon and Loon, they would be targeting the troops that were closest out, which would be those Valks and that BK. But because it's a Lava Hound, it's really not doing any damage. And he's still got 2 heals and 18 hogs left in the bag. And that hound explodes, but it's just not a big deal. The pups are pretty spread out, and they're targeting, golemites and some Valks and some golems. And then he's just going to start in here with a kind of a surgical deployment, little mini surgical down at the bottom, almost like a 3 or 4 finger drop. And these hogs are basically just going to start to group up and work this way up the base. Does have a first heal for him as they kind of converge. Notices that this Tesla had not gone down and didn't want his hogs to have to backtrack down, so wisely drops, I think, 1 hog down there as that Tesla was being tanked by the golemite. And then the remaining hogs up top at about 1 o'clock with the second heal spell. And Archer Queen is still up, has plenty of cleanup troops working that backside, plenty of hogs just to get the last two defenses. What I liked is held 2 minions there, so even in case his hogs had either made bacon or died out, he wasn't going to have to deal with that last point defense. The 2 minions would have been able to clear it nicely. But we'll just speed it up here to get through the end of this attack. And Mike, I guess we'll count this as a swag wizard, so not quite swagging spells there, but you did it with 216 troop space. Congratulations. All right, we're going to look at BigMeech on number 17. If I can click on it, there we go. Really, really cool attack here, I thought. This was a AQ walk GoVaLo, which I haven't seen one of these in a long, long time. But starts out, gets a really cheap lure there. And these guys, for the most part, they either had hounds or they had dragloons. So not a bad idea to certainly pre-lure and bring the double poisons on a fresh attack, which this was. So we're just going to speed this portion up because it's just watching this dragon slowly die here. Okay. And then does a nice job here. AQ walk, really easy funnel. As soon as this camp goes down, he knows that she's just going to push this way. Getting some potential double giant bomb spots here, yes, they would be bad, but it's still a double giant bomb threat. Is going to get the enemy BK, going to get some point defense along the way, but ultimately is really just going to help with Valk pathing because it's going to eliminate basically this lane of the base, which is going to prevent the Valks from steering off that way. So BK does engage here, but it's only level 12, so shouldn't need any spells or any type of ability here. No, looked like she was getting a little bit low. And that's right, he used both poisons on the CC, so wisely pops the ability. And as that's going on, just starts in here with his CB Golem up at about 130. Archer Queen still doing work, and she is going to meet up with this kill squad, which is nice. And if you look here, basically all the air defenses, you already got one with the AQ, he's got one here, he's got two in the core, and then he has a third one here, but look, he's got another exit jump, so really beautiful attack here. So pours in the Valks. Archer Queen is now meeting up with the kill squad. Has a nice heal spell for the Valks and BK. What I love about this is just nice early loon deployment. So comes in here, starts already with 2 loons at that top AT. You can see that second jump spell I was talking about. That's to get those kill squad troops out. Now, this guy did load the core up with a lot of high HP storages, but when you got both heroes and a ton of Valks in there, it's not a big deal. They will push through it. And then just nice targeted loons on all these flanking defenses. And yes, he is going to lose a few to this remaining AD, but it's actually better to start the loons early because they protect your kill squad a little bit more. They actually offer you a little bit of tanking. If you wait till that AD is dead, then your kill squad is probably dead, and it makes cleanup much harder with loons because they're very slow. But already got some cleanup wizards down there. We'll go ahead and speed this one up. But really, really nice attack by Meech. Like I said, I haven't seen a GoVaLo in a long time, especially with an Archer Queen walk. It's probably been months. So really impressed by that, Meech. That was a cool attack, man. All right, we got time for 2 more. And Meech and Sage were kind of duking it out for my favorite attack of this war, but I think Sage probably had it on 18. This was another fresh attack. This was early in the war, just started us off really nicely. But this was like a grab bag. This is a AQ walk drag, but with some hogs as well. So basically just drops a giant and some wizards here to basically clear out these 2 or 3 buildings, which is just going to help make sure that his Archer Queen pushes down towards 12. And wants to get a few things. Wants to get basically 3 ADs with the Archer Queen. So you see the one going down and then the 2 that are grouped up at the top. As well as just several air targeting defenses, so some wizard towers, some expos. So quite a bit of value here. And this is only a level 20 Archer Queen, so this isn't a max queen. And this is a very high level max defense base, with the exception of just a few air defenses. Pre-poisons the enemy BK, which I highly recommend. If you can pre-poison those enemy heroes and save yourself having to use a spell or her ability, that's certainly a very good trade. And then does drop the rage there. I actually don't think he needed the rage, which just is a testament to how good this attack was, because at no point is this attack even close. So Archer Queen still doing her thing up top. And we're just going to speed it up a little bit. Going to break her in here and turn it into a charge in a second. So nice minions there just to break the funnel on the other half for her. If you don't kill these buildings here, even if you open this wall compartment, your Archer Queen is still going to path around because those are the next closest buildings. So really, really good job there with the funnel break. The Barbarian King here is great because he's essentially just a funneler. There's no purpose for him other than to just basically clear out this section to funnel for the dragons. Then if you see at the bottom, he dropped in, I think, 6 hogs on that mortar. He's going to get 2 or 3 defenses, heal spell, but ultimately what he wanted was that last AD. Now all the ADs are gone. And again, the BK, by taking out this section, just helps these dragons dropped at 3 o'clock stay right through the center of the base instead of having them split off and go down this way. So excellent value there for the BK. Archer Queen is still up, almost max health, still has 2 rage spells, still has his Barbarian King up. This was just absolutely wrecked. Does drop a few loons just to support the dragons. Didn't even need them, probably didn't even need all the dragons. Just absolute chaos there in the middle as the dragons are under rage spell. And I'm pretty sure he only lost 1 dragon. So extremely, extremely impressive raid there by Sage. Awesome, awesome job, man. That was lovely. Okay, let's take a look at one more. We're going to look at saved on 20. And you look at this base, and it just screams like you want to hit it with air. Very low level ADs. It is basically Town Hall 8 level defenses with level 2 expos, but it was almost max heroes, so 30 and 28. But ultimately decided here for an AQ charge because that's just my favorite attack in the game. And if you look, I do have 19 hogs, but no heal spell. So this is going to be a 3 rager and the 1 jump. So AQ comes down at 9 o'clock. Just develop a nice funnel for her, get her inside the base. And she's going to get quite a bit of value. So she's going to get basically about 40% of the base by herself, both heroes and the CC. I'm sorry about that. We had kind of a delay there. Sorry guys, a little bit of lag. I'm not sure what's going on, but Rage Spell comes down just to get through. There is a little mini Tesla farm there, as well as 2 Archer Towers. And Lava Hound comes out. And this was kind of a tricky spot. Level 28 King beating on her with a Lava Hound and then an Expo as well. Thankfully, she finishes killing off the bear BK before switching over to the Lava Hound. Otherwise, that would have been really dicey. But as soon as the BK goes down, I drop my second rage spell just to get through that hound a little bit quicker. Notice I've got the 1 minion. Again, when you're dealing with a Lava Hound and you know it's in the CC, save a minion, drop it behind the healers to support them. That'll oftentimes be a very efficient way to kill some of those pups. And AQ recovers because it's only a level 1 Expo, but I do need the last rage spell as those 2 Teslas pop. So basically out of spells at this point with only 22% of the base taken out. But still have her ability. And I pre-poisoned the Archer Queen. I thought I was going to need to pop her ability, but I saw that was actually under control. So get to hold the ability, and then if you notice at the same time I had a Shattered Golems come down at 3 o'clock with a Barbarian King. Basically just want to get into this section in case there's any potential double giant bombs there, as well as tank for the Expo. And then just some nice targeted hogs for support. And again, I have no heal spells, so I want most of those defenses to be tanking or being tanked by some of my kill squad troops. And luckily I do hit this double giant bomb, I think just one at a time. And then the rest of my hogs up top. And both golems are still unsplit. Got some cleanup wizards and a goblin going at the bottom. Archer Queen is still full health with her ability. And we'll speed it up here. But plenty of cleanup troops there. So just, again, not the highest level base, but pretty tricky just with the almost max heroes. You always got to be careful, but just, again, showing the power of an Archer Queen charge. All right, guys. So, again, pretty good war for us at Predom. We actually got a really tough one after this with a pretty big Town Hall mismatch again, so we're going to need to be on point. But good job to the guys over at 6s and 7s, too. If you guys are watching the channel, we appreciate the support. And to everybody else, thank you guys again. And this is Raiden signing out. I'll see you next time.